Right, sounds good.
Hi, everyone. Welcome. We are having a wonderful chat today. We're going to be talking with the wonderful owners, Charlene and Raphael of Codio Photography. And they're actually sitting right now in Dominican Republic. So welcome, guys.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you.
Welcome. How is it there today? Hot?
Warm.
Warm.
It's always warm.
Sweating a little bit sometimes.
That's nice. That's why we all come there, right? What part of Dominican Republic are you guys on?
So we are in the kind of northeast. So we're on the Samana Peninsula, and we're in a town called Las Terrenas.
Beautiful. So you guys have been there for a while. You live locally.
Yeah, we've been here. Well, we've been kind of in Las Terrenas for about 8 months or so, and then we kind of go back between Canada and the Dominican Republic. So
Wonderful. So you guys got the best of both. You've got snow and you've got heat.
yeah, well,
Yeah.
we try not to go back in no time.
I was just
go back in the winter.
I was just gonna say, which is your favorite? I think you answered it.
I prefer the hot weather.
Yeah, I bet. So Raphael, were you born in Dominican Republic?
Yeah, I born Dominican here.
Okay.
I born in Santo Domingo in the Colonial Zone.
Nice.
We
Nice.
yeah.
And Charlene, were you born in Dominican Republic?
No, I think I was
She wish.
sometimes, but no, I was born in Edmonton, Alberta.
Nice. So how did you two get to, that's a long way apart. So tell me how you guys met.
Well, I mean,
I was in Santo Domingo and she coming to Dominican.
yeah, it's kind of a long story, but basically I went to the Dominican Republic to work in an orphanage. And when I was working there and living there, well, volunteering actually, during my time, I ended up meeting Raphael, and we just kind of started a relationship. And then
And we started photography in the same time we met. And how many years we have right now?
so we've been doing photography professionally for 13 years together.
Wow.
And we've been married for 11 years.
Congratulations. And I mean, photography as a chosen profession. So was that your guys' chosen profession? Or what did you want to be?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I wanted to be many things, you know, in my earlier years, but I always loved photography. And then, but I never thought of it as a career. And then when I met Raphael, he was actually already doing graphic design and photography. And then we just kind of decided we just sort of started working together, and I started helping him out and learning a bit more. And then after, I think about a few months to a year kind of went by, we decided to kind of officially become a team and work together and learn together and learn
support
more.
each other.
That's wonderful. So you're partners in life and in work.
Exactly.
Exactly.
That can't possibly create any problem.
They're together 24/7.
Yeah.
That was prep for COVID.
It's okay.
That's good. That's good. Okay. So wedding photography, is that what you guys specialize in?
It is. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's actually what we started out doing. So when I met Raphael, he was doing starting to do mainly wedding photography. And then we started to do it together, decided to become a team, thought that it would be, you know, perfect husband and wife, or, you know, man and woman sort of team together. And yeah, that's basically what we ended up being in the Dominican Republic for a couple of years after having met and got married. And we worked mainly just straight weddings, a few family photos here and there, but mostly weddings in the DR. And then after that, we decided to move to Canada, and we were in Canada and we started our business there as well. And there we focused, I mean, our specialty was the weddings, but because of the winter and, you know, the weddings sort of drop off in winter time, we decided we needed to sort of expand our business. So we put a studio in, and we started doing, you know, families and studying and doing newborn photography and babies and all that kind of stuff, on top of weddings and various other photo related things. So,
but your true love is the wedding photography.
yeah, I think like Yeah, Raphael for sure, it's his
Yeah,
favorite.
I love it. I love brides. I love to give him poses. I love the dresses. I love everything in wedding, especially the food too.
There's nothing to not like about that, right?
Yeah.
Right, lots
But
of good.
Uh,
it is such a beautiful, I mean, your career to start with is beautiful because you're taking those pictures of those wonderful moments, right? But there's no moments that's more precious than that wedding. Those two, the joining of two lives, I think that's so wonderful. So tell me a little bit about, just how you work with the clients. What could they expect? If I was a client and I met with you today, what would I expect with you guys?
You mean like in terms of?
How do we work together? Like, would I meet you first, or would we just meet at the wedding? And tell me a little bit through the day.
I guess it kind of depends, like, because I said we're sort of in between both countries, we go back and forth. So depending on where, of course, if if the couple is in the same country as we are at the time, then we would definitely meet in person. So we love to meet in person. We sit down for coffee,
I meet the
visit,
people.
chat, get to know each other, talk about, the wedding day and all that kind of stuff. If for some reason, say we're in Canada and the people are in another country, or sometimes we're in the Dominican and people are in the States or Europe or, Canada or some other country that's not where we are, then we do something like this. So we do a Zoom meeting or a Skype meeting or FaceTime. So we still get to, see each
Yeah.
other face to face, and we still sit down and talk to each other and ask each other questions,
Nice.
each
Yeah.
other's personalities, that kind of stuff. And then, once it kind of goes from there, if the couple decides they want us to, be their wedding photographers and videographers, then from there we sort of go on to, our contract and how it all works, and, and then sort of run through the day and that kind of stuff and talk about what
Nice.
it all includes, right?
It sounds easy. It doesn't sound scary. And I know that, being a wedding planner, I talk to so many people. When I first start chatting with them, they're very stiff and very uncomfortable. And then they realize that, I mean, we're in the party industry, you guys as well as myself. This is kind of what we like to do. And I always say it should be fun. If it's not fun, we're not planning a party.
It should definitely be fun. Yeah, I mean, that's
Yeah.
what, we want the whole day to be fun, and especially, no stress. And I mean, I get it. I planned my own wedding as well, and I went through all that and was stressed out that
It's
whole
not
day.
easy.
And I mean,
No.
yeah, so I've been there, done that. I mean, I get that. So I think for us, we just really want it to be the most, stressless day, even though it's full of stress, but we try really hard to get, once the day's there and there's really nothing you can do. I mean, once it's there, and you have to just enjoy it, right? So
Right.
we really try to get our clients to relax
Yeah.
and not be stressed out, and whatever we can do to help, make them feel better about the day, or fix something, or fix a minor
Yeah.
problem, or help them out with something that, maybe the dress isn't, zipping up properly, or whatever the case may
Charlene,
be.
she loves to be perfect in weddings and help the bride and the dress, the hair. And sometimes I say, that's no, your job is to take picture. And she wanna piece in everything.
No, but
That's her.
you'd be
Right?
surprised at how
Yeah.
many weddings we've been to where, the brides have the lace up dress,
Yes.
and how many people don't know how to do it. So I'm like, well, I guess it's a good thing I'm here, and I've done up a few wedding dresses myself.
That's
So
right.
I'm usually like, I'm the one that's, showing and teaching and doing the wedding dress up, and Raphael's taking the photos. So it's a little bit funny. And then but it's like, whatever, whatever we have to do, we'll do. I'm not going to let them just all sit there.
Yeah, because
You
it's
know.
a special day for the couple, right? We don't wanna
Yes.
they like stress. They be happy and remember the wedding with a nice
Right.
experience, right?
Yeah. And, and that's exactly it. So it does take a team to sometimes pull all of these situations off. And the great thing too is, I mean, you're both bilingual, which really makes it, you're both bilingual, not trilingual, right? Charlene, do you speak French as well?
A little bit of French, but
little.
mainly fluent in Spanish and English.
Okay, which really helps as well for, for myself planning weddings in Dominican Republic. My Spanish is piquito. So it's very, very good when we have, bilingual support around us as well. So that's great. And it's always nice when we're together working with the clients to help them to be, comfortable and feel comfortable, and, fix those little tiny things, if there's a piece of hair sticking up, or maybe a shirt collar that's stuck in. Like you said, it's stressful, it's emotional time, and people don't see those things. So you guys have good eye. I'm sure you fix those things too.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure. And I mean,
Yeah.
that's the kind of the nice thing with like Raphael and I,
Yeah.
because for me, I'm a little bit more like detail oriented. I am very particular about like hair, veils, makeup, that kind of stuff, wedding dress. And then Raphael's more particular about,
More
you know,
technique, more
the lighting, the ambient, the, where we are, what's going to look better that way. And so
Nice.
yes, we do kind of make a good pair, I guess.
For sure. Two halves of a whole. And I guess too, having the male-female team, it allows for a little bit more comfort with photography for both sides, for the groom and the bride, right? So sometimes, if the guys are getting ready, maybe they don't feel comfortable with you in there, Charlene, or vice versa. So, it's nice to be able to kind of divide and conquer.
For sure. I mean, I think sometimes sometimes the brides, most of the time they don't even care. They're like, oh yeah, Raphael can stay. Like they really don't care. But I mean, for sure.
I'm professional. That's
yeah, and he's very professional. But for sure, sometimes, I'm right in the bathroom there with, the girls, and they're changing, and they, of course they feel 100% comfortable, with me just being there because I'm one of the girls, right?
In the same with the grooms, they do the boy stuff, they take their pants down, and they
wear the underwear.
It can be hard because she's there, and but they always have fun with us. But the guys always is faster, like 1 hour. That's it. But the bride,
hours,
getting ready.
Yeah, it's a pretty big difference. Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, so I guess one of the things I wanted to talk about is, we were talking a little bit about this in the last question I asked you about knowing the best shots. Raphael, you were saying that, or sorry, Charlene, you were saying Raphael is the one that kind of orchestrates that and knows where's the best shots. Being able to take them off. So we do specialize in off-resort weddings. We will work in resorts as well if that's something that the couple wants, but we really love to specialize in off resorts. So villas, beautiful restaurants, all of those garden areas that are so lush and green and just so special. And that's so unique to DR, right? So how do you know, Raphael, how to like, you can take them off the villa, how do you know what's best with these couples? Where's the best places to go? What do you do?
Because we had the meeting before, and we chat what they like, what they prefer, if they like flowers, or if they like beaches, what they like, right? And we follow the rules, what they want, and we go to the places, and we already know with experience because we have 13 years in photography, and we know right away what we want to do.
Well, and I think, I think being local to, both places where we mainly work, which is, Canada, Rocky Mountains, we're very familiar with Banff, Canmore, Edmonton, Calgary, all those locations, because we've done weddings there for many years. And then also having the experience of living various years on and off in the Dominican Republic as well. Plus Raphael obviously growing up here and living his 28 places, or 30 some years here in the Dominican Republic. It makes, it's that extra added bonus, right? Because he knows all of the hidden locations, all the secret spots, all the, and if there's something we don't know, the best part is that, he's Dominican, I'm practically Dominican, and we both speak Spanish, so we can maneuver and we can ask locals and we can find out the best spots.
We have friends too, they're local photography too, and we ask questions where we can go, that kind of stuff,
Right. So we like to find, the best locations, the least populated locations. And depending on, because obviously the Dominican Republic is it's a big enough country that, we're quite familiar with the main sort of tourist destinations. Raphael's from the capital, so that he knows kind of like the back of his hand. And then now we live sort of in the northeast. And then Punta Cana, we worked in Punta Cana a lot, Punta Cana Bávaro. So we just sort of know, a lot of off the resort spots, waterfalls, locations, beaches, which ones are less populated. Because, you don't want to go to, no one wants to be on a beach where there's like 300 tourists and, topless and
wearing a
in
Skido
their speedos and that kind of stuff, right? I mean, for me,
Uh,
I would rather be able to go somewhere where we know there's not going to be many people, you know,
yeah,
and
we know
you
the
just feel
places.
more comfortable and you have it's more intimate and you have that time and you're not fighting off people or people standing around watching or that kind of stuff, right? So that's sort of
Yeah.
one of the nice things about going
It
with
can be
somebody
the
local.
depend of the client, depend if they like adventure or they like to be more in nice places, not be to be so far or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And just having that ability to know all of those places, I think that's wonderful. I know I've done so much exploring myself at the mountains, and then I don't think there's much, maybe what is it, the southwest corner of Dominican Republic. I haven't spent a lot of time, but I have pretty much laid tracks on most of the islands. So, and it is beautiful. There's so much to see and it's so diverse, right? So we can have so many different locations. You don't have to do the beach if you don't want to. I know I do have clients that say has to be toes in sand. I have other clients that say I don't want sand on me in any capacity. So,
Yeah.
finding those spots, right?
And I
Yeah.
mean, here, it is crazy. It's crazy. It's such a small country, but we have everything here. We have rainforests. We have mountains without snow. We have,
Yeah,
gorgeous.
sometimes.
Yeah,
We have gorgeous beaches that go on for miles and miles. We have beautiful blue, green, turquoise beaches. We have blue. We have all kinds of colors of beaches and different colors of sand, as well as we even have here, which a lot of people don't know, but we have sand dunes. They're near Santo Domingo, so you have to be. They're kind of southwest.
Okay.
So, but like the coolest thing ever. I mean, it's like it looks like you're
like a desert, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Huge sand dunes and just really amazing, really neat things. We have salt mines which have like pink water and white salt. It's really interesting. I mean, there's a lot of things. So we love it when couples are, adventurous and want to go off the resort and want to go and explore and go to these amazing places, right? I mean, not that there's anything wrong with just staying on the beach because of course it's beautiful too, but when we get the opportunity to go off the beach, and it really gives us a chance to just have fun and let go and
And it gives the clients that chance to have those truly unique wedding photos that nobody else is going to have. Like, I don't know too many people that have, the pink water in their photos. So there we go.
And that's the nice thing sort of with elopements. I mean, because they seem to be a little bit more popular nowadays just because of, everything and the cost of weddings. And sometimes people just don't want to do it really big. And now with the coronavirus and, all this crazy stuff that's happening, I think some people are, it's sort of moving towards smaller weddings, which, I mean, for us, we love small weddings. We love small, intimate weddings. Elopements, I mean, they're the best, right? Because that's the thing. You can go out for the whole entire day and you can go all over and do photos and do things, right? Not just sort of a rushed little 1 hour session in between the ceremony and the reception.
Right. Yeah, it is. And I agree with you, Raphael. It's so intimate. We've done 150 people. And it was beautiful and I loved every minute and I love those clients. I'm still in touch with them to this day. They're having a baby. Actually, they're due on August 5th. So I'm very excited for them. But it is such, not even just as a planner, so much more work and energy. And there's so much pulling at the couple all the time. And it's really hard to just get them to connect with one another. And it's such a special day that you really want them to, hopefully they can spend time together and really kind of get their heads around the fact that this is their new normal, right? They're now married people, so that's exciting. As far as cost-wise, I know you guys have different packages in different countries because obviously there is a different market in Canada versus Dominican Republic. How do you explain to clients the cost? And if clients were going to say to you, well, I can bring someone from my country, how does that stack up to how you guys price?
So, I mean, I think that our prices are fairly competitive and they're fairly,
I agree.
kind of across the board with other photographers that are very similar in the type of, level of quality and experience that we offer, both, in Canada and in the Dominican Republic. I think the biggest thing is yeah, for sure. I mean, a lot of people bring photographers with them, which I mean, it's not a bad idea. I mean, I would never tell someone not to do that. I mean, if you have someone that you love and you want to bring them,
it's about the connection too.
I mean, that's that's great. The biggest difference I think is, I mean, sometimes it ends up costing, almost more, right? Because I mean, if you're bringing a photographer with you, you have to pay for their travel and their flight, plus typically their package, right? So it can end up being quite a bit more expensive versus hiring local. But when you hire local, I mean, there's a lot of things that go into that too. And, you want to be careful because not every local is going to be like Charlene and Raphael.
Right.
Not every local is going to be good, and not every local is going to be trustworthy. And, so there's those things, right? But I think, I guess, in terms of, what we would recommend, and here in the Dominican Republic, I mean, obviously we're here. We would, love to, help people out and do their wedding. The nice thing is basically that local feel, right? So you could bring along a photographer with you, say from Canada or the States, but that person may not speak Spanish. That person may not have ever been here before. That person may not know where to go. That person may not be experienced in shooting in hot weather with full sun and 100% humidity.
You need to be prepared,
right?
For that.
So, I mean, there's a lot of things. A lot of people don't understand that there's a big difference. You can't, shooting a wedding in Canada is typically way different than shooting a wedding in the Dominican Republic.
Where to go to do the picture.
Here we're talking about plus 30 degrees the entire day, 100% humidity, you're sweating, you're hot, the sun is full sun. So it makes it a little bit, so the thing is, with us being here, for example, and having the experience here, we have all that experience. We use off-camera flash, we have lighting, we know where to go, we know, we know the sun, we know the sunset times, all that kind of stuff. We're just more experienced, right? And then also you have the local feel where if you want to go off the resort, or if you want, whether you do or you don't, or you're getting married in a villa, then you have those people that are local to the area. They can just, you can zip out with them. They can take you to wherever you want to go for your photo session, that kind of stuff, right? And then you also have the aspect of sort of the helping. I mean, Raphael and I we're helpers. We love helping. Yeah. So, I mean, a lot of times if we're on, whether it's a villa resort or a venue resort or a hotel all-inclusive resort, we're still there, helping and translating and doing things. And because things don't work the same. I mean, a lot of people, people know that mañana means like tomorrow, right? And here in the Dominican Republic, they say mañana for everything. Mañana could be tomorrow.
Mañana y mañana.
Yeah, it could be 4 days from now, right? So, I mean, things here move a lot slower. They're, people aren't, zippity zip. They're not all on time, that kind of stuff. So sometimes, and not everybody here speaks English. There's a lot of workers in the resorts that don't speak English. A lot of the resort photographers, for example, don't speak English. So, I mean, imagine that, right? I mean, how do you connect with a photographer that doesn't speak the language you speak? And then, maybe you're uncomfortable or you don't know what to do or what poses.
Right.
The photographer's like, you can't talk, you can't communicate. Whereas at least with, for example, us, whether it's, Spanish, English, whatever, at least we can help them with that. We can make them, help them get comfortable, help them ease into those candid photos, that kind of stuff, right? So
and with the family too, they always need something and they want help too.
Yeah,
it's true. There's always, especially with,
always,
when people come here and their families need this or that, or, maybe they want to go on an excursion, or maybe they need help with, ordering food or something. And if we're there, we're there. And I mean, we love to help. And so I think it does come in handy. You can,
I think so too.
Previous people that say that too, right? So.
Yeah. And I think too, I mean, what I tell to clients all the time when, when I'm talking to them about their photography or any of the people that we need to hire to pull off a great wedding, you get what you pay for. And it's true. It's true. It doesn't matter whether you're buying a car, whether you're paying for wedding photography, you can bring someone with you who is maybe gifting you the photos, but like you said, if they don't know where to go, they don't know how to, they're going to be uncomfortable, they don't know how to deal with all of these situations, they don't speak the language, they don't know how to ask permission to be in certain spots or do certain things. They're as lost as the couple is, and your photos will show. It does show when people look a little confused in the photos. So it's nice when they're comfortable and they feel connected to everybody around them and knows that everybody is there to help and make their day great. So I think that that's wonderful. Let's see. So what about resorts? So how do you work with the resorts? I know as a wedding planner, destination wedding planner, a lot of the all-inclusive resorts have additional fees if you're not affiliated with the resort. So how does that work for you guys to help any of our clients in the resort?
Right. Well, basically, I mean, there are no local photographers that are really affiliated with the resorts. Basically, most of the resorts have their own employees. So they will have a photographer as an employee, maybe a videographer as an employee, and that's who they offer to their clients. So they have their wedding planner at the resort offers the wedding packages, the photos, that kind of stuff. I think a lot of times what people don't understand is a lot of those photographers are just, employees. They may or may not have various years of experience, but a lot of times the resort packages, from what I've seen, are very limited in hours. So they're either 1 hour, they're 3 hours, they're 5 hours. Usually I don't see them being much more than that. And a lot of times they're very limited in photos. So you get 50 photos or 100 photos. And like, to us, that just seems insane. I mean, for most people, we want to spend the entire day with them for their wedding, right? And so during an entire wedding day, we could take, 2,000-3,000 photos, and we would never limit that down to, oh, well, you get to pick 100, right? I mean, who wants 100 photos from their wedding when you're photographing everything from, the getting ready to the party at the end, right? So there's those things. And then, I mean, so those are basically, like I said, they're employees at the resorts, and they offer their services. A lot of times, so photographers, local photographers, other photographers are allowed to come onto the resort and photograph and video weddings. However, there's two different ways that basically it can be done. So the resorts, most of the resorts charge anywhere between $500 and $1,000 American per vendor. And they charge that as a fee for you bringing on a vendor onto the resort. Is that insane? 100% insane. Is it a money grab? It's a money grab. I mean, they want you to spend your money there. They want you to pay for a package there with their employee so that they make the money, right? So it's really about that. And it's unfortunate. It's sad, really. It's sad, but there's nothing we can do about it. So basically, there's two ways. You can stay on the resort. So we do have some couples who decide, let's just have Charlene and Raphael stay with us for a few days. So usually the hotels is anywhere between 2 and 3 days, depending. So we would have to stay on the resort for at least 2 days, which sometimes in entirely in itself is actually an awesome thing. It's cool because it gives us the chance to personally really get to know the people the day before the wedding. And sometimes even do a little engagement shoot or mini shoot or something like that. And then it allows us to be there the entire next day, not have to rush off and, go driving somewhere at midnight because we're staying on the resort. We stay there and we get to stay until the next day. So there's that way. You can pay to have your vendor stay at the hotel, or you can pay the vendor fee. A lot of times, honestly, it actually ends up being almost the same price. I know, for example, we have a wedding coming up. We're staying at the resort. The couple were like, yeah, we totally want you to stay with us. And the cost for paying for 2 nights for us to stay on the resort is the same cost as what the vendor fee is. So, I mean, what would you prefer to just pay the vendor fee, or would you prefer to have your photographers there? So, I mean, sometimes it may or may not work out like that. If it was a lower vendor fee, then it might not be, it might be better just to pay the vendor fee. But honestly, it's really unfortunate, but it's something that almost all the resorts do here. So that's just kind of the way it is. So.
And I think too, when you think about where destination weddings have come from, the resorts have always kind of had a stranglehold on that market for years and years and years. And it's only been really the last kind of, 5 to 10 years that we've started to see people now moving into private venues for their destination, so they don't have to do that all inclusive all the time and just take kind of what the resort tells them they can have, but they can go outside and hire. So how would people find you guys?
So, I mean, I guess, people would find us on social media. They would find us on Instagram. They would find us on our website if they, did some searches, or through, word of mouth. But yeah, you're right. Like, that's the thing, right? So you've got the resort weddings, and with the resort weddings, you basically, you have to choose what they offer you, right? So you might not be able to have any flowers you want, or you may not be able to have the decorations you want. They give you, A, B, C, and D, and these are your packages. And, sometimes they're a little bit customizable, sometimes they're not, right? So
it's getting more popular.
Like you were
every
saying,
year.
I know you kind of specialize more, and you really like the villa weddings, the off resort weddings, which we also like, because I think it's more intimate, it's more customized, more personalized, and it's just that much.
Yeah. And you don't have all those drunk vacationers that really don't care that you're getting married because they're on vacation in the middle of your wedding shoot. So
That's true.
Guys, this has been absolutely wonderful. I think we've answered some questions, hopefully for some people that are looking for destination support in either Canada or Dominican Republic. Now, you guys would also travel if someone was looking for someone in, maybe in Jamaica or Thailand, you would travel?
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
We love traveling.
Yeah.
We have Canadian passports. They're ready to go. And we've done weddings in the States, in Mexico, all over Canada, and we love to travel. So yeah, we're definitely up to traveling anywhere at any time.
Awesome, guys. Thank you so much. This has been wonderful. I hope we answered some of those questions. I'm going to make sure that we direct people to Codio Photography, so that they can ask you any more questions that they might have and connect with you, and hopefully, you guys can be able to support them. Obviously, we work with you guys. You guys are great. So we're so thrilled with this partnership. So thanks again for your time. Stay warm. You will. Wash your hands.
Yeah, we are all day, every day.
Thanks again. And we will talk to you guys really, really soon, okay?
All right. Take care.
Take care.
Later, Wendy.